Hello, folks. Welcome to Lexi IAS Academy. In this video, we will be discussing a current affair topic presented to you by your faculty, Sushma KP. So, what is the topic that we will be looking into today? Tiger traders switch to rhino horn routes, enforcement plays catch up. In this topic, we will be seeing as to why is it in use, what is the relevance of it to UPSC, that is a GS paper 3. We will also be seeing what is the status of your tiger poaching, what animals are poached, and what are the trade routes that are used by these poaching rings, and which countries are they trying to have a link with, and is there any possible way of coordination between those countries to stop this wildlife crime. This will be the course of our video. Look at this. According to officials, Delhi, Lucknow, Kanpur has been the traditional hubs used mostly by Nepalese and Tibetan nationals tying up with Indian poachers. Okay, we will see why this particular trade routes also. Before that, we have a small announcement from Lexi IAS Academy, wherein Lexi IAS Academy classes have started. We have one batch starting from April 19th, 2025. It is a weekend batch for those of you who are working and wish to continue your UPSC dream of civil service examinations, this will be the ideal start for you. Wherein the way we teach our classes is from both foundation to advanced, which means irrespective of which background you are, you will be given NCRT training, and then you will also be given advanced classes. Alongside this, if you see the preparation for UPSC prelims, mains, interview, wherein you have prelims test series, mains answer writing, you have mock panel interviews. Alongside this, you have personalized one-on-one attention guide as to whatever your issues are with respect to the preparation. If at all, let's say you want to have a look at how the classes are, you can go into Legacy mobile app, wherein you can have instant access to demo classes. Otherwise, you can even schedule a live demo class for free. You just have to contact Legacy IS Academy. The number is given below in the description box. At the same point of time, if at all you have to feel like, yes, why should I have to pick Legacy IS Academy, one foremost thing is, here strictly the batch size is maintained at 40 seat capacity only, so as to make sure that you get a personalized individual attention, right? So much more of this information is there in the description box below. You can contact the office too. They would be anytime willing to help you throughout the process. Now, for any of you who are appearing for prelims 2025 this year, Lexia IS Academy has come up with free All India prelims mock test. Do take this test, see how your courses, make the necessary corrections that is needed. All right. Now, coming back to the video. Like as usual, I will tell it to you like a story. You listen to it like a story. Leave all of these things aside. See, I'm going to give a disclaimer in this video before we start itself. There are certain images that are a little bit disturbing. Now, when we say disturbing, just to view that images itself is so disturbing means imagine how the animals would feel. So, the concept of wildlife crime, wherein you kill the animal or you make the animal suffer for its bodily parts, for its skin, for its bone, for its teeth, for its hairs, is the kind of pain that you inflict. And one more worse thing for with regard to your wildlife crime is there is pain in that, and also when you keep them in closed containers, the amount of stress, the amount of cortisols, the amount of anxiety that they are put through is so huge that is equivalent to your physical pain. So they are made to suffer twice, twofold the pains. With respect to wildlife crime, if you see the hub, when I say hub, more of the wildlife ring cafes increased excessively in your 1990s, more specific from your 1992 onwards. The second phase, where it was very uncontrollably going, a lot of cases were happening. That was in your 2000s, 2003. Okay, and one lightning bolt hit us in the name where your Rajasthan Sariska Reserve lost all its tigers to poaching by 2005. Based on that, now the government started setting up National Tiger Conservation Authority, Wildlife Crime Control Bureau in 2007. Now, eventually, we have come up with Project Tiger, and we have told that we have increased the population of tigers to almost 3,000. Nepal has increased, China has increased, Tibet has increased, all of these countries have increased. We keep telling. But the wildlife crime has also increased. In fact, the tendency, what it was in your 1990s or 2000s, the effort it was to catch those, pretty much it remains the same now it is. For example, a Delhi based NGO tells that it found out almost 1,500 individuals who were linked to this tiger poaching, and when notified, hardly 15 of them were prosecuted. And even when those people were released, they took up the same business. Because for most people, this is considered like a family business. So this is what it is with regarding to our wildlife crime prevention. Or now, if you catch the people who are involved in wildlife crime, is there any rehabilitation? Are they taking up any alternate employment? No, it is just they serve the punishment, come back and take up the same crime. I'm not telling this is the case everywhere, but this is more of a generalistic statement. Now, when you see with regard to CBI, they've been heading the investigators' offices. Initially, they were the one who used to take up the cases, and now also they do take up the cases where they claim that most of the products, the animal products, wildlife crime, etc., the skin, bones, all of those, demand is in your China. So, the preferred destination is India. To China, the easier path for them to go or their trade route is your Nepal and Tibet, as opposed to your long route of Southeast Asia. Now, they used to use this route itself, that is your India, Nepal, Tibet, China. Then they started using your Myanmar route only when they had to do rhino horns trade from your Assam to Myanmar. While they were using this tiger poaching trade, that is your India, Nepal, Tibet, China, your officials kept on trying to crack down in trenches, but again, that was not of much effect. And just before COVID, these people, the tiger poachers, switched up to the rhino horn trade route, which is your Assam and Myanmar. And through there, their exit points was Laos and Vietnam. So this way they kept trying to change the routes in order to avoid getting caught. As and when this kept on going, they decided, how about we ask for coordination from Nepal, China, Tibet? The CBI official has held that one of the main reasons we are not being able to effectively curb or control, one of the reasons, there are multiple more reasons we will discuss. One of the most important reasons is there is lack of coordination among our own Indian states itself. If one case is registered in some state, they are not even bothered about the other cases that are happening elsewhere. There is an example I will show you that where how one case was caught. So the states are not bothered about where the other case is lodged, what is the follow up. So that is not happening. So when our own Indian states are not having, or there is excessive lack of coordination, do you think you will go to China, Tibet, and Nepal and expect Laos, Vietnam for that matter, and expect them to have a coordination with us? These are all the issues surrounding your wildlife crime. And look at this. Such majestic animals they are, and the pain that we have to see them in these kind of scenarios. So the usual preferred tiger trade route was your India, Nepal, Tibet, and China. Okay. With respect to your rhino horn trade, the way they used to use was your Assam and Myanmar. From there, they used to take out the roots. Okay. Now, once this route got difficult, especially your post pandemic, they started taking up this rhino trade route. Okay. Now, if you see with respect to your pangolin scales, where huge consignments of their skin was found in your regions of Meghalaya, Mizoram, ready for to be transported into your Myanmar. So that was also one of the trades that they started using. Now they have changed their trade routes, same like your pangolin scales trade route. Look at this again. This is what I meant by a disturbing picture. See, as much as disturbing as it is to just see this picture, then just imagine how it would have felt and what kind of people are doing these. This is a case. This is of the same tiger that was found in Maharashtra, and this is the stage it is in Assam. It's just 6 months of time. This is really very disturbing to even speak about it, and very hard to not get emotional at these kind of things. With regard to wildlife crimes, first and foremost, the issue is lack of coordination among the state forest departments. And another thing is your poaching syndicates are excessively working with extreme coordination. When we say extreme coordination, it means they have contacts and they are working in multiple states. For example, in just the previous disturbing picture, we saw the tiger that was caught in Maharashtra, and you saw what was the case that we found in Assam. So they are having multi state operations. So if we have to natch and catch these people, then the state forest departments also should be having a good coordinating mechanism. This is the first thing that is lacking, and this is why the wildlife crime catching or the ability of what we were doing at 1990s 2000s is still the same in your 2025 also. You see the tiger trade route, this is all the hotspots that it is having, especially if you see these regions of your Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, your Siliguri area. These are very high. Look at this. According to Wildlife Crime Control Bureau, your government decided that yes, we are going to solve this wildlife crime in effective manner. So they came up with this Wildlife Crime Control Bureau, wherein they will bring in 10 wildlife inspectors who are specifically trained for your fighting wildlife crime. But if you see the issue with it, first of all, it is less in number, and among that also, four posts are vacant. First of all, it is not enough, and even in that little whatever it is there, it is vacant. If you see the staffs, that is the overall of your Wildlife Control Bureau, 24% of the bureau has vacancy. Let's say it's hardly only 109 seats. Okay, in this 109 seats, be also 24 seats are vacant. 24 percentage of seats are vacant. This is the status with regarding to your government issue. Another thing is, unlike your wildlife inspectors, your wildlife control bureau inspectors, they are from your paramilitary force and they are here on deputation basis, and it's only for 3 years. Understanding, in the 10 people that we said also, four posts are vacant. In that also, the people who are coming here, they are coming here, they are from your paramilitary. They are here only on designation and only for 3 years, and that too, they do not have much of promotion also in the job. Hardly, according to a senior most official, it is said that you have only three posts throughout the country. Even if you have to go through promotion, internal promotion, but you have just three posts and only up until your additional level. So in this case, what is the growth? What is the scope for growth or development? And hiring people for that now becomes a little bit hard. No, who will be doing when there is no scope for growth, development, etc. That is one of the issues. Look at this. difficult even to fill up few posts of wildlife inspectors without room for promotion or growth. Whereas if you see with respect to WCCB inspectors, 3 years they're going to be here, they lack the on field information, whereas your wildlife inspectors have the good field information. But then again, this is the issue. So wherever we go, we are getting roadblocked from the government perspective. If we have to be coordinating enough, efficient enough, then these are all the changes that has to be done. Look at this. Governments fail to treat wildlife crimes seriously. There is very little political will. There are insufficient resources. And if our own states, that is domestically, our coordination is very nil, how can we expect China, Myanmar, Nepal, Laos, Vietnam, and these kind of countries to cooperate with us? Now, fine, the government is not able to do, then always usually the NGOs will step in to fill that gap. If you see, yes, initially, like I said, in 1900s, they got 1,500 odd people who were related to this, and 15 of them were prosecuted. And if you see, in between also, no, there was some sort of vacuum created where people, again, this is what they say, then NGOs either started looking up or looking north, meaning what? They were good field hands, were now more time being spent in office. Their attitude also sort of became lax. Again, one main reason is no matter what we do not have the power to do anything, and also eh, either way they are going to walk free and do the same thing back again. This kind of issues also started coming up. Look at this. The tiger skin and bones seized from Uttarakhand around your Corbett Tiger Reserve. Now, if you see, your Delhi, Lucknow, and Kanpur are the traditional hubs used by your Nepalese Tibetan nationals for link with your Tibetan nationals. Look at this. The first one we're speaking is your Pithargarh area of your Uttarakhand. Then is your Maharajganj in this areas of your Uttar Pradesh. Then is your Siliguri or your chicken's neck of your West Bengal. These are all the hotspots for your tiger trade. The Delhi-based NGO Wildlife Protection Society of India, these of the people who were trying to do a proactive step, they are still trying to do proactive steps, but again, without a joint efforts, it is failing. We are failing to reach the or curb even or scratch even the base of your wildlife crime syndicate that is happening. When I say we are not even able to scratch the base of it, one main reason is because they are finding effective alternate routes to carry out their wildlife crime operations. Where each time we have to just go through brunt force, find out that is not, they have shifted the operation. So that is why they're heading red, that your investigation officers are playing the catch up with them. This is what is happening with regard to your wildlife crime. Understanding? We've reached the end of the topic. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and share it along with your friends. Thank you.